Hello, class. Hi. Hope everyone is doing well. Okay. I'm in the person of Asare Emmanuel, and then I'm gonna be your tutor for muffins today. And um, I pleaded that you lend me some part of your time, and then you go subscribe to the channel, and then like, so that we can have more videos. Yeah, we can have more videos and then learn. Um, Thank you for your time and then for listening to me. Thank you very much. Okay, so as we said earlier, I'm gonna be a tutor for morphemes. Today we are gonna learn about morphemes. So before we learn, we're gonna ask ourselves, what is a morpheme? What is a morpheme? When we say a morpheme, what actually comes in mind? Yeah, when we say a morpheme, what is a morpheme? What actually is a morpheme? What constitutes a morpheme? So a morpheme, per definition, a morpheme is the smallest grammatical unit in a language. A morpheme is the smallest grammatical unit in a language. So we can say a morpheme is not identical to a word. Yeah, a morpheme is not identical to a word. Sometimes we can use a morpheme in a word because they are two things that are sometimes very confusing. But the main difference between them is that a word may be a morpheme, but a morpheme cannot be a word. Yeah. So the morphemes, the main difference between them is that sometimes morphemes does not stand alone, but a word by definition always stands alone. And a word may be or a morpheme, but a morpheme may not be a word. There's no way a morpheme be a word, but in word sometimes we can have morphemes. Yeah, in a word sometimes we can have morphemes as well. Morphemes in a word, but not a word be a morpheme. Okay, so in a morpheme topic we have rank scale. Yeah, rank scale. When we say rank scale, we have the hierarchical arrangement of words in word classes. Hierarchical arrangement of words in grammatical units. So with the rank scale, where how the word classes are being arranged. So we can arrange them from top to down or from the down to the top. You have the top down bottom, then the bottom down view. Yeah, then we have rank shifts. This is where the word class is used interchangeably. That is, we can have a morpheme in a word. Yeah, having a morpheme in a word, and then we can also have a word in a phrase. In a phrase, you can have words in phrases, and going up, we can have the clause. This is where we have phrases and clauses. We can identify phrases and clauses, and then going up, we have sentences. Sentences which constitute clauses. Yeah, sentences which constitute clauses, and then we have morphemes. As we said earlier, being a smaller grammatical unit in a language. Yeah. So moving on, we have the types of morphemes. Yeah, the types of morphemes. Today we are going to learn the types of morphemes. Yeah. So I'm pleading that we go like, subscribe so that we can get more videos. Yeah. So let's move on to types of morphemes. Yeah. So with the types of morphemes, we have the free morphemes and then the bound morphemes. Free morphemes and the bound morphemes. The types of morphemes, we have the free morphemes and the bound morphemes. So when we say a free morpheme, what comes into our mind? What do you mean when you say a free morpheme? What is a free morpheme? What constitutes a free morpheme? What actually is a free morpheme? So let's move on. So, as we said earlier, a morpheme is the smallest meaningful grammatical unit in a language. A morpheme is not identical to a word. This is because a morphemes may or may not be a word. Example: the book is mine. When the book is a noun, mine is a verb. All these constitute morphemes. So in the book, you have a morpheme. Mine have morphemes. Morphemes being the smallest grammatical unit in a word. In every sentence, we have morphemes. So let's move. So moving on to the types of morphemes, we have the free morphemes, as we said earlier. So what comes into our mind when we say free morpheme, or how are you going to understand? So the free morphemes, they are the type of morphemes that are able to stand on their own and either tell us something about the world. So free morphemes are able to stand on their own without being attached to any other basis, and they stand on their own to tell us something about the world. That is free morpheme. They stand on their own to tell us something about the world. So there are many free morphemes. So can you think? Let's think about a word that can stand on their own and make meaning. We can make meaning without being attached to any word. Example: fun. Book. They are all free morphemes. Book, it makes meaning. Book makes meaning. It can stand on its own. When we say a book can stand, is a word that can stand on its own and make meaning. And then when we say cook, is also a word that can stand on its own without having any other word being attached to it. And when we say a fan is another word that can stand on its own and make meaning without having any other word being attached to it. Alright, so we are moving on. Let's move on. That's the free morphemes. They are the type of morphemes that are able to stand on their own and either tell us something about the world. They stand on their own. They are not dependent. They are independent. So they stand on their own. So let's move on. We have free morphemes. These are the morphemes that can stand on their own and either tell us something about the world. So with the free morphemes, we have the content or lexical morphemes and the functional or grammatical morphemes. Example: we have man, pizza, run, happy. The instances of the free lexical morphemes. So man, pizza, run, happy are instances of free lexical morphemes. And as we know, free morphemes stands on their own. So the types of free morphemes, we have the content or the lexical morphemes, the functional or grammatical morphemes. All these being falling under types of free morphemes. So I hope you are learning. Let's learn. These are very important. Lesson I will have to take note of. So let's move on with the morphemes. As we said earlier, meaning or search. Morphemes are the smallest meaningful units in a language. A morpheme is not different to a word. A word can be a morpheme. A morpheme cannot be a word, as we said earlier in our previous page. So moving on. So another type of morphemes, we have the bound morphemes. And so some morphemes need to be attached to a free morpheme. That's a morpheme that can stand on their own in order to make meaning. Bound morphemes are morphemes that cannot stand on their own. Yeah, bound morphemes are morphemes that cannot stand their own. They need to other words to attach to their dependent on other words to make meaning. They depend on other words to make meaning. So bound morphemes are ones that cannot make meaning but are used exclusively attached to a free morpheme. So the morpheme ER used to describe someone who performs certain activity cannot stand on its own but needs to be tied to a free morpheme. You have dancer, and then walker. These are all bound morphemes. They cannot stand their own unless they have been attached to other words or other morphemes to make meaning. So some morphemes need to be attached to a free morpheme in order to make meaning. Bound morphemes are morphemes that cannot stand on their own and make meaning, but are used exclusively attached to a free morpheme. So the morpheme ER used to describe someone who performs certain activity cannot stand on its own, but needs to be attached to a free morpheme. Dancer is an example of a bound morpheme. So let's move on to the next. So we have categories of bound morphemes. Categories of bound morphemes. We have the categories of bound morphemes. So bound morphemes comes into two categories: the inflectional and the derivational. And the core differences between the two is that all the addition of inflectional morphemes merely changes the word. Derivational morphemes create new words. The core differences between the two is that while the addition of inflectional morpheme merely changes the word, derivational morpheme creates new words. So inflectional morphemes are added to words to make them transform to the rules of grammar. Inflectional morphemes are added to words to make them transform to the rules of grammar. Example, you have match. When you add es to make matches, and then adding ing to match, you have matching, and then adding ed, making it matched. As in the past participle of the word match. So bound morphemes comes into two categories. There's the inflectional and the derivational. Core differences between the two is that while the addition of inflectional morpheme merely changes the word, derivational morphemes create new words. Inflectional morphemes are added to words to make them transform to the rules of grammar. Alright, let's move on. So derivational morphemes. Derivational morphemes refers to the phonetical process of forming new words from the existing one by the addition of a bound morpheme. A derivational morpheme changes the meaning of a word or class both. The significant quality of derivational is that they derive new words. So we can get the meaning of derivational morpheme from the word derive. They create new words from the existing ones. The morphological process of creating new words from the existing one by the addition of a bound morpheme, that's derivational morphemes. So the significant quality of derivational is that they derive new words. Following examples, derivational morphemes are added to produce new words which are derived from the bound words. So we have the expensive, and inexpensive. Yes, these are all examples of derivational morphemes. Examples of derivational morphemes. So derivational morphemes refers to the morphological process of forming new words from existing one by the addition of a bound morpheme. So derivational morpheme changes the meaning of a word, class, or book. The significant quality of derivational is that they derive new words. In the following example, derivational morphemes are added to produce words which are derived from the parent words. Expense is an example. Then we have an inexpense, an example, and inexpensive, an example. So we have class maintaining derivational morphemes. When you see class maintaining, they will basically have derivational morphemes, although they create new words, but they are the other derivational morphemes that do not change the class of the word. They do not change the class of the word. They are described as class maintaining morphemes. Some nouns derive from other nouns by addition of derivational morphemes. So some nouns are derived from other nouns by addition of derivational morphemes. Example, we have the friend, which is a noun, so addition of ship to it makes it friendship. And then we have champion, being a noun, addition of ship to making championship in above. We also added a suffix and a prefix to derive friendship. The suffix brings us to fixations. That is fixations. Yeah. Adding prefix or a suffix. A prefix comes before the word and the suffix ends the word. Yeah, that's fixation. So thank you for listening and for your time. And I hope we subscribe and like the video so that we can create more avenue and get more videos concerning our classes. Thank you very much.